Hi everyone, it's Ellen and today I have a little bit of a charity shop haul for you that I'm going to show you first, and then I'm going to use these items in my junk journal today. A couple of things. First of all, I've got a poorly Theo at home, so if you hear him in the background, I do apologise. He is currently distracted with the TV, so hopefully we don't get any interruptions. And also, this is my first video in a couple of weeks. I had a small procedure done recently, and it prevented me from getting any videos up, so yeah, apologies for that. So here I've got lots of vintage books that I've picked up from some local charity shops, and I've also got some envelopes, some wrapping paper, postcards. I've got this cool Sudoku kit that I'm going to use soon. I'm not quite sure how, so if you have any ideas for that, let me know. I'm going through this vintage book now, this children's book, and I love the illustrations. I love that the writing of the songs, I think it's nursery rhymes, I love that they're straight onto the page, sort of inside the illustration, if that makes sense. There isn't like a square of the picture and then the writing's on white. I hope I'm making sense with that. But yeah, I love these. I'm journaling today about a project me and Theo are doing. So we do monthly projects together, and this time the theme was under the sea. So you're going to see a lot of the things that we've made and created together, and that was the inspiration for these two book images that I picked. So these are from a nursery rhyme about being at sea, so I thought they were really cool to back the page with them, and I've deliberately not stuck anything over the actual nursery rhyme so you can still read it. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. So I picked one of those envelopes that I got from a charity shop. I've attached this wrapping paper to it, this sort of rune wrapping paper that I absolutely love, and then I've stuck on this seahorse that me and Theo made together. Well, he had a friend over and they made some seahorses together, so yeah, this is one of them, and I'm using that to decorate the front of that envelope. I added with some simple story stickers just the words under the sea, because obviously that's the theme that we're doing today. And then I've got a small picture here of Theo and his friend creating that seahorse piece. And then I've sewn around the edges of my envelope and stuck them into my book, so they're ready to go. I'm going through another Simple Stories book just to use up some of these little stickers around the photo, just sort of adding a little bit more interest on that. And then I'm going to work on the next page. So I've got this really gorgeous ribbon trim, I'm not sure what you'd call it, but it's sort of a belly band on the page. So obviously I've stuck that book paper to the background, and then I've got this picture of a crab from Theo's hands, and I'm gonna use that inside to slip into the belly band. And then I've got these pieces with sea themed words on them. This was from a sensory play that I did with Theo, so I'm using them sort of as a tab, which I thought was quite cool. Rather than throwing them away, I used them, yeah, as a tab to pull that picture of the crab in and out of that belly band. I'm going to add another image into that belly band that we created together. I've got a couple of stickers, couple of photos here that of some other projects that me and Theo did. I think this one was some of the things that we've baked. So each month we'll do a theme, and we'll do baking, sensory play, crafting, all sort of tying in with that theme. It's been a lot of fun. We've done it for a really long time now, so I'm going to continue doing that next year. He will be starting school next September, which is absolutely terrifying. So up until that point, we're going to carry on with our little projects because we both love them, and Theo learns so much from doing them. He loves to learn new information. So yeah, we're definitely going to keep that up. I've got some of these shells. So again, these were from a sensory play that we did together, and they've got lots of different letters on. So I'm going to use some of them to write the word shell on the other side of that envelope, and that just stops it being so plain. It adds some interest, and again, it stops me sort of just throwing away these shells that I made. I've got that shark diamond picture that Theo did, and I'm going to use that as kind of a bit of a journaling space. I'm going to add some photos behind it and do a bit of writing, and then I've also got a vintage postcard of a harbour, so I'm going to do more of my journaling on there, and that is going to slip inside the envelope. The shark will slip inside the belly band. So I've got a few more photos here that I'm backing with white paper. I like a border on my photos, and this is the picture of him creating this shark, so I'm adding this to the front of that shark picture. And yeah, like I said, I'll add some more photos to the back of that. Brett just dropped me off a tea there, which was nice. So yeah, I've got these 3 photos of the sensory play that we did together, and I've added them to the back of that shark image, some washi tape, some more of those shells, a bit of journaling, and some other photos and things from stuff that we did. And yeah, lots of journaling on that vintage postcard, along with some more photos of all the activities that we did. And then I've also got these colouring pictures from Theo and also from my nan and granddad, because they joined in with some colouring one day, and that's all going inside that envelope, so that works quite nicely. Moving on to the next page, we did this fun experiment where you grow crystals in water, which was a lot of fun, so that's what I'm adding to this page. I've got the information booklet from that, and I'm gonna back some of the photos with the information booklet. I've kind of cut it up to make it more aesthetically pleasing. I like to add packaging and things to my journal if I can. Again, stops them being thrown away, and it's just a nice way to back those photos, because I didn't want to take up too many pages. So with all these extra photos, I'm trying to get lots in a small space. I'm using my vellum tip-in trick, so I just use a folded piece of vellum as the tip-in. You can see me here adding one side to that photo, and then I flip it over and I'll cover up that vellum with that packaging, and then I can stick that other vellum flap down, and that adds a tip-in that's really it's really strong, and it's not covering up anything because it's vellum. I've got a image from one of the map atlas books that I got, and this one has a lot of the sea in it, which I thought would be perfect, so I'm going to use that to back my page. And I'm also going to add some journaling onto the sea, so that worked really nicely as well. I'm rounding the corners of my tip-in photo, and then I'm adding the map image on the top so it covers up that vellum that I've added. This is just a really innocuous way of adding a tip-in, and yeah, it's my favourite way to do it. I've got some nice thick vellum, so it's nice and strong. It sticks really well with the double-sided tape, so yeah, it's a good way of adding a tip-in to your journal. I've done a bit of journaling and added those photos onto that map page. I'm adding some more little word stickers because I'm trying to use these up. I'm inundated with small word stickers. And yeah, these are my pages finished. So this is all the things that we did in our Under the Sea project. And it was really fun to create this actually. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next week. Thank you for being here. Bye bye.